Hi, I'm John Maida, and I'm going through an abridged version of the Design and Tech Report for South by Southwest 2024. The topic is design against AI. Notice AI is inside that word. And against AI means a couple things. It can either mean protesting AI's advancements, or it can also mean competing with AI's advancements. There are two mentalities. Both are important to consider going forward. A colleague once said to me, this new kind of AI, it's kind of unpredictable, don't you think? And my answer was, no, not really. It's actually quite predictable. If you think of this is also called the Johari window, by the way, but I know it from Donald Rumsfeld's appearance on CNN, where there's the unknown unknowns, there's the unknown knowns, and there is a little slipping, and there is the unknown unknowns, there are the unknown knowns, and there are the known unknowns, and those all sound pretty unknowy, right? But LLMs work well in the known known quadrant because it's built on known information. So LLMs are by nature predictable. They just are sometimes not predictable because they're built on human information. Do we get it right all the time? I don't think so. And I made this cartoon recently. This is saying, hey AI, generate a Figma wireframe and make this amazing website from just one prompt. On the other hand, you have someone saying, hey AI, I'm in a rush and can't use this over-designed website. Just give me a button. So this world of sort of like expand the thing with AI, woo, and also summarize all this complexity, woo. What does this all mean? Well, I think it's important to note that design is changing because this weird interplay will go away, because journeys will get erased and be replaced with teleportation to the actual job to be done. Now, let's talk about the evolution of design. This is a little show we made on LinkedIn called Mr. Maida's Cozy AI Kitchen, and it's about AI engineering essentials. Let's watch the preview for a second. Think your AI skills are up to date? Think again. The latest AI breakthrough will change everything. It's exhausting, I know, but don't worry, because you're an AI professional and you love change. Our course makes adapting easier. We featured the Acorn framework for AI engineering. It's filled with real coding examples. It's been developed alongside the semantic kernel community, and this toolkit is your ally against the relentless wave of AI innovations. Come along and join us and stay ahead. So these courses are out there also for AI UX in case you're curious how to adapt to this AI era as a UX designer. Now let's talk about the evolution of design. First off, design actually has two functions. One is in marketing, that is to attract the customer, and also in product after they've converted to be able to make the product usable, useful. And if you fail, of course, you churn and now you're being fished for in marketing. This two sides of this diagram are important to note. There's marketing design and product design. One is more brand focused, the other is function focused. And in both sides, though, design is what is humanizing the technology. Technology, of course, makes new function capable out of nowhere. That's why design and technology are usually intermixed. And it's a challenge now because we're talking about how humanizing AI is a bad idea. So don't humanize AI. Does that mean we don't design AI anymore? Is humanizing bad? So that's the kind of question that I've been kind of scratching my head about. I don't know if you too as well. And there are three kinds of design, I believe. There's classical design. That's Bauhausian design, design of my glasses. Do you like them? There's design thinking, the way to enable organizations to think out of the box when they've lost their ability to innovate. And lastly, computational design. It's all things computer related, something I've been talking about for quite a while, actually since the 90s. That's David Bowie. If you don't know him, he's an amazing artist of the last century, made a lot of cool ideas happen, and maybe he was an alien. Now, This new kind of AI loves conversational design. It is not new. Erica Hall is one of the world's experts on it. She mentioned in 2018 how it's the oldest interface for conversation, for design actually. And I believe she's absolutely right. And we rediscovered conversation design in the LLM era. And this is my old boss, Nicholas Negroponte, who in 1967 described a machine that can follow your design methodology and at the same time discern and assimilate your conversational idiosyncrasy. The same machine, after observing your behavior, could build a predictive model of your conversational performance. Such a machine could then reinforce a dialogue by using a predictive model, etc. Basically, GPT, right? So what is computational design is a question people asked me a lot about in the past. And so I wrote a book called How to Speak Machine that lays out the 3 material properties, basically David Bowie's alien life form. Number 1, computation does not get tired. Number 2, computation can span infinite space. Weird. Computation can also pretend it's alive to us. But in 2019, people didn't believe me. So, but anyways, quite common right now, right? Is it alive? Well, it's not, so don't worry. But keep that in mind. Don't let the delusion get to you. And as a result, it's changed digital products forever. Number 1, you can ship them incomplete. You can ship them instrumented. You can watch what people are doing. And you could automate imbalance if you don't head down the right path. That's why responsible AI is so important. It's why computational design and responsible AI are so intertwined. So there's type A, design against AI. I call this, should you protest this kind of AI? It's a serious matter. There's been concerns about trusting AI for quite a while. If you haven't seen Professor Emily Bender's work on the dehumanizing impact of AI, this is important work. There's also a type B design against AI, which is, should I compete against it? And if you know the history of Ruskin and Morris and the arts and crafts movement, it was all about human beings trying to find a way to design better things than the textile machines could produce. This is a piece by my friend Masakawa called Hidari that is completely made out of models. We know that graphic used no computer graphics. There's no particle animations. That's real sawdust. And so that's made by hand. So I think we humans are finding a way to stand out against AI. This is Veronica Ward, a talented designer. I get to work with at Microsoft here. When you think about AI UX, like, what are you most hopeful about?
I'm most hopeful that it can move forward ideas at a much more rapid pace. There's a lot of areas that could use improvement, like accessible design, and you don't see a lot of it moving forward as quickly. The tools that exist are very limited.
Is it scary at all?
It can be, but I am not personally scared by it. I think the less you know, the more frightened you would be.
Yeah, so let's know the more frightened you would be. See my frightened face. So just a few trends to note. What are the new anchors to consider for AI and design? Number 1, these are my 3 what the heck moments. First is function calling. Function calling in large language models enables the user to teleport instead of follow a journey. If you haven't done any of that, I strongly suggest you check it out. Gen AI is getting faster. If you've seen the image synthesis, I think like last week I signed up for a service that could render an image in under a second, and now I can render it in under 100 milliseconds. So what is that? I don't know. What the heck? And lastly, open source small language models are pretty amazing. If you haven't tried out Nomic text embeddings, you can run embeddings fast and good in the browser, like really fast. So strange moments that are making it possible for us to build more multimodal experiences. This year is the year of multimodal experiences that take us beyond chat. Phew. One of my former colleagues at MIT, Yossi Shafii, has this phrase that I love so much: be risk-versed, not risk-averse. So AI is a risk to you, a bad risk to you if you don't understand it, but it's a good risk to you if you understand it because you're risk-versed. And I wrote a whole report on this in 2022 on resilience. If you notice the ambigram there, adversity becomes resilience. So we're in an adverse era, and I think that AI is making us more resilient. So innovators out there, stay strong. So finally, about the future, I've been talking about AI for a long time in the Design and Tech Report. The 2018 report focused on AI. I asked everyone to learn AI and don't be afraid. Stay awake, don't freeze, Black Panther quote. I feel the same way today. And just closing up, I want to ask you all to stay healthy. Just remember, like a few years ago, there was a horrible pandemic. It killed millions of people. And so we're still trying to figure out how to navigate that. So remember, staying healthy was not easy, even just a few years ago. So stay healthy, stay well, and definitely learn as much AI as you can. Thanks a lot.